Hey guys, I'm back again. Paul Rubens was very nice to send me a watercolor set over Instagram. So I'm very flattered and excited. I've used their products before, but I don't think I've ever used this set. So we're gonna open this up. It's got 14 colors. Okay, there we go. We got that open. So they reached out to me on Instagram and they sent this to me for free, which was super duper nice. Oh, and look how pretty. Ooh, okay. I've had this for a little bit. I just haven't gotten to play with it just yet. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna swatch these out first and see what they look like, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do with them. I'm gonna swatch these right out of the tube. Ooh, making messes already. Oh my, that's a little fluorescent. I don't need that much paint. Oh no. I'm not really that messy of a person, but each one of these are like exploding out of the tube. I'm just like wasting paint everywhere. Gasp. This one, the Opera Violet, I think it's borked. I was about to say how like high quality these all were, but yeah, I'm squeezing this one. All the other ones are like exploding out of the tubes. I think this one's all dried up. It's not coming out at all. Oh well, moving on. Well, I wouldn't have made such big ugly swatches, but they just like exploded from the tubes and I got paint everywhere and all over my my water napkin. But so I wasn't actually expecting them to be fluorescent. I guess I thought, because they said classic colors, I think I was expecting your classic colors like red, orange, blue. I wasn't expecting fluorescence. So this kind of, I guess, is on theme with the Schminke fluorescents that I bought and haven't used yet. So here's my Schminke ones, and these ones are super neon flavored. So now I have more neon flavored. So I had a drawing that I was gonna paint with traditional paints in mind. So now I need to revamp what I was going to do. Now I don't know what I'm going to draw. I'm kind of sad that the one color, I managed to get just a smidgen of pigment out of that one tube, and it's like the only like non-fluorescent color in there. I actually kind of, I mean, they're all pretty colors. They're just very fluorescent. Now I don't know what to do with them. So I need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what it is that we can paint with these. You know what? I thought about it and I struggled. And I kind of came up with an idea to use fluorescent watercolors with, but you know what? I drew this illustration on purpose with the idea that I was quickly gonna use just regular like red, green, blue, classic colored watercolors. And if I don't ever paint this now, it's never getting painted, ever. It's not even like a one-of-a-kind original super special illustration, but it's taking up space in my sketchbook, so we need to paint it. So we're going to go backwards. We're not going to use the fluorescent colors, but we're going to stick with the original ideas, and instead going to pull out, let's do this instead. This is the very first watercolor palette set that I have ever purchased as an adult, that I've ever purchased. This was the very first. It's not, I don't think it's professional, it's probably just student grade watercolor, but when I was deciding that I was going to return from my multi-year art hiatus and I was going to do traditional art only, this is the watercolor paint that I purchased. This is the very first thing that I ever used, and this is how I figured out that watercolors can be vibrant and colorful, and I was really impressed with this palette. This is the, I like how it says pretty excellent on there. This is on Amazon as like the My Liang watercolor set. I'll link it in like the description below. But you know, this might actually be owned by either Paul Rubens. If you click on it, it links you to a whole bunch of other Paul Rubens stuff. So don't quote me on that. Maybe this is a different company altogether. But this is actually a pretty decent little student grade watercolor palette. So we're going to use this instead. We'll use the fluorescent watercolors in another video when I get that illustration worked out. We're just going to do like a quick speed paint using a watercolor set that I haven't picked up in over 2 years, and we'll see if it's still worth it. Let's see. So this is just going to be what we're going to call a speed paint. It is not supposed to be magical or impressive. We are literally just going to throw colors at the page for fun. I don't even know. And we're just going to do it all in green. All of it's going to be green. I don't know how many greens this set has. This is green. That might be green. I think all of these are green. But we're just going to throw a bunch of green and yellow at this and see what we can do. And then hope not to screw it up. I already have this like color blocked off with masking fluid where I don't want to get green, but we are literally, it's going to be green water, green sky, and then with a tiger and white birds. That's what my plan is. I haven't used these in so long, but like the thing with these watercolors is they get so juicy with barely any water applied to them at all, and then they make the colors are just very colorful. When I was first starting out with watercolor, my only experience with watercolor was like as an elementary school child, you know, where you get those little like Crayola palettes. They're very watered down. They don't have a lot of pigment to them. And I just did not understand the purpose of watercolors. Like, why would you want to use them? And then I bought this set just because I had a cute little parrot on the case there. And I just thought it was so cute. I was like, why not? Let's give it a try. And I just kind of like was like, wow. I didn't know that you could make something so colorful with watercolors. So I know that this looks like a hot mess right now, but we're going to let it dry. It's just going to be very green. When this is all dried and done, we'll pull off the masking fluids and we'll color in the little characters themselves. But it's just going to be a very simple little sketchbook page filler. These watercolors are kind of fun. I've done green water before, but you just need like a little bit of color, and then you can just kind of start making in little lines, and then it just kind of already just looks like water. And if you don't like what you did, then you can go back in with more water and erase it. And by the time this is all dry, and you can add little white sparkles for shine, and it'll look even more like water. So that's what the plan is for right now. So anyway, while my watercolor mess is drying, I'm going to try and do like a salvage mission on this Opera Violet to see if I can save any of the paint, since it's like totally dried up. We're going to see if we can cut this open. I've never done this before. I've got like a sharp object here. I'm going to try and not go to the emergency room, but I should be able to. In there, it's not completely dry, but it is a little bit gummy. Okay, what I'm gonna do is start trying to scoop this out. It is a little bit dry. I'll go in there. There. That's Nana. I'll just throw this away, I guess. And I can just label that and I'll put that somewhere. That'll re-wet just fine. Okay, I think this is decently dry. I'm gonna start taking off this washi tape. I don't think this is gonna be a perfect washi tape pull. Yeah, because this was starting to come undone as I was adding water to it. Actually, that's better than I had expected that to be. Okay, and then throw that away. I'm going to start peeling off this masking fluid. I had to redo his stripes a little bit because the masking fluid erased some of it, and I got a little bit of green watercolor on his coat, but we'll just work around it and start adding in some orange. Also missed some areas around the little stork dudes. We'll fix that last. It's not too big of a deal, so we're just going to kind of start coloring him orangey colors. I'm going to pull out my regular palette for the black because I like the charcoal black in this one. Just trust it a little bit more. Let's start adding in some white to our birds and to the water. We'll just do like little lines. Okay, so this was, I guess, my hissy fit of the weekend, what I had planned on doing. We didn't end up doing, but that's okay. Just a quick little speed paint for YouTube only, I guess, because I'm not going to upload this anywhere. But otherwise, just an excuse to use another Paul Rubens watercolor set. Again, if you're interested in this set, I'll have it linked below. I do kind of recommend it for beginners. It's a great little starter set. It's not very expensive, and it has very nice colors. You'll get a lot of use out of it. But in a upcoming episode, I will have to, for reals, use my luminescent Paul Rubens and Schmincke sets. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. It's just going to take me some time to actually doodle that on paper and then get it out. But for right now, we'll upload this. And again, if y'all managed to get this far, I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.